It's a brand new week, and I hope wherever you may be, you are having a good one so far as it gets started. Now, to lift and motivate you even more, we're back again, as we always are every week, with a brand new episode on the Well of Inspiration. Joining me this morning, as always, is Wellington right here. Wellington, hi.
Hey, Don, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. I'm not complaining at all.
Fantastic stuff. All right, we're rolling into another episode on the Well of Inspiration, and I know you have some great content in store for our audience today.
Yes, indeed, as usual, the Well of Inspiration is that place we come to share with you information, ideas, and strategies that are designed to help you to take your lives, your businesses, your careers, your relationships, or even your finances to the next level of success. And today the topic that I want us to look at is this whole idea of game changers. You see, as we go through life, there are moments that we come across, moments where we are called upon to embrace changes. But what often happens is that these changes are triggered by something, an event, a person. Something happens around you and triggers you to move into a space where the game needs to change, where you are called upon to change the way you do things, to embrace new behaviors, to look out for new opportunities, do things differently, even do things you've never done before. These are moments that I would like to say are the game changers of our lives. And they happen to us all the time. In our employment places, in our environment, at home, in our finances, in our relationships. So many things around us happen that bring us to a place where the game begins to change, and we need to embrace the game changers, and in some cases we have to become the game changers ourselves. So that's what I want us to talk about today, this whole idea of the game changers of life. We will explore what the game changers are and how we can harness them and benefit from them as we work to progress in our lives and do the things, achieve the goals and the aspirations we have for our own lives.
Fantastic, fantastic stuff to the episode, Wellington. I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm sure our audiences as well, because there are different things that happen to us in life that sometimes we may not know how to tackle. Sometimes we may not even know how to go about it, or even that it's actually happening to us. So I think this is a great, solid episode that we can push forward with the audience today. So let's get into that.
Absolutely, Dawn. So look, when it comes to game changers, whatever game-changing situation you encounter, it calls upon you to make some changes. It calls upon you to make some adjustments, to look at your strategies and reevaluate to see if your strategies are still relevant, are they still useful. It may call upon you to reevaluate your skill set and see whether your skill set is still giving you what it's supposed to give you, or is it still allowing you to add the value you need to be adding in your life as you go through these different things. Now, the first game changer that I want to introduce to us is just this whole idea of life experiences. Life experiences can be an amazing game changer. Something that happens that is significant, that touches you at the deepest level. It can be at an emotional level, but that thing that makes you desire more, reach out for more, switch up your game so that you can do things a little bit differently. Life experiences help us to change the game, or life experiences make us become the game changers of our lives. And I want to take life experience in itself as a game changer in itself. Each and every one of us must look around us and see the experiences we are having every single day. What are those experiences teaching us? Are they helping us to learn new things? Are we discovering new things about ourselves? Or maybe we are discovering that the path that we are on is not the right path after all. Maybe we need to change paths and go in a different direction. life experience can be a game changer for you.
And that's very interesting, Wellington, that you're talking about life experiences, because I know it plays a big role in our lives. There's so many things that we go through that actually help us, that make us grow, that give us more clarity in different things. And those life experiences are such events that actually help us change the game, or changes the game for us.
Absolutely. And you know, when you talk life experiences, what am I talking about really? There are moments like falling in love, when you really find your soulmate and you fall in love and it really makes sense. No tension, smooth flowing, you love each other, you reciprocate, you understand each other. That can be a real game changer, because then your purpose for living becomes renewed. The motivation for achieving things becomes even more renewed. Falling in love, getting married does that for people as well. When you get married and suddenly your responsibilities have changed, it can become a game changer for you, because now you embrace the responsibility and recognize that maybe your efforts need to double. Maybe you need to change course and go in a direction which gives you more possibility of doing well for your family. Things like that transition you. Sometimes moments like divorce, transference of energy from a toxic relationship into a situation of independence can be a real game changer. Sometimes it's actually failure. When you do something and it doesn't work out, it reignites you, because now you understand, you learn, you've got a new experience, and you can now switch up the game and do things differently. So life experiences can really help us change the game for our lives.
Indeed, Wellington. And I think a lot of people needed to hear this. You know, those life experiences, be it a bad experience, be it the best experience, those experiences allow us to grow. They mold us and they change us in ways that, you know, allow us to go with the game-changing flow and make a difference in our lives, and for the better.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's about life experiences. Now let's consider circumstances as a game changer. The circumstances we are exposed to, the circumstances we encounter, tend to influence the way we approach the game. For me, what worked for me was when I living in an area where you know that poverty is more around you than abundance. And then transitioning into a place where you see abundance in real life, where you see that people can live life a lot better than what you are used to. That change of circumstances can be a game changer. You understanding, just experiencing life in a different household, in a different environment, maybe changing your job from where you are to a different organization that treats people more professionally, rewards them accordingly. That change of environment enables you to see the game differently and can become a game changer for you. Your circumstances sometimes can be you influencing the circumstances. Because sometimes circumstances come upon us not by choice. We find ourselves in circumstances not because we created circumstances. But now, when circumstances are a certain way, you as a person, through the recognition that the game can change, you can influence your circumstances positively by transforming your environment into an environment that is enabling of your success and the success of those who you love. Working on your circumstances can be a real game changer.
I love this, Wellington, and I love the way you're breaking it down. And I think also you had said something as we began. The power is in your response to the game changer. Whether it's an experience, whether it's a circumstance, it is how you, as the individual, responds to this.
Absolutely. This is why I say that when we go through life, it is important that we expose ourselves to the circumstances that we aspire to, so that we condition ourselves to believe that it is possible for us because it was possible for other people. Just exposing yourself to a different set of circumstances allows you to think differently. That is why we are always encouraged to hang around people who are more successful than us, who inspire us to do better than what we are doing currently, because it then means we have got something to aspire to. Our circumstances change as we realize the possibilities, because other people are doing it. Other people are creating these circumstances around them, and you can also. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you are dealing with. On the African continent, we always have these high density places where it's a lot of poverty, a lot of crime, a lot of things that are not suitable for us to see what is possible. But my friends, wherever you may be today, look for the opportunity where you can go and see what is possible out there. Visit the offices of a successful entrepreneur, someone you aspire to. Visit a place that you wish you would be there. Walk into the shop that you would love to buy from one day. Move in the neighborhood that you want to live at a certain point and experience it, feel it, embrace it, and recognize that those circumstances are possible for you. And whatever you're doing right now, wherever you are, no matter what your circumstances are, you can actually transition from that into that which you want to have in your life.
Wellington, that is so well put and so well said. For those who are watching on the episode today, those words right there, just go through the different places, different shops, different neighborhoods that you feel you want to be a part of. Allow yourself to feel it and grow into it, and allow yourself to work towards it. Wellington, this message is so powerful today, and I'm loving this episode. We will be right back. Do not go anywhere, right here on The Well of Inspiration. Welcome back. This episode this week is all about the game changers of life, and Wellington breaking it down for you and making you see it in different ways. Now, he's spoken about the power is in your response to the game changing. It is really in your response. If you want to be in a different environment, if you want to grow, if you want to take things to the next level, it is your response to the changes that actually allow you to either flourish and go where you want to go, or to keep you in the same space while things continue to change. Now, he talked about life experiences as a game changer. He talked about love. If you're falling in love and this person that you've met is actually your soulmate, you will do things differently. You will grow. You will become a better person for it. If you're going through a divorce, you might find that, you do get this game changer when it comes to that divorce, because you become independent. You allow yourself to grow that way. He moved on to talk about your circumstances. Look at the opportunities. Look at where you want to be. Go through different places and different things that you want in your own life, and allow yourself to feel it and get into it as you grow, wherever you may be from. It doesn't matter if you're from poverty. If you're in a place where you feel you can't get out, you need to change that mindset and allow yourself to be that game changer for yourself. Wellington, what else?
You know what? Speaking of circumstances, allow me to say this. As you work on your goals, as you work on your dreams, sometimes we will experience difficulties. We will experience difficulties that might even force us to slow down, that might force us to even consider abandoning some of our goals and our dreams. My friends, when you think about the circumstances that you know that you don't want to get back to, allow that thought to influence how you behave, how you act, and how you persevere in the midst of difficulties and circumstances that might be pushing against you, because you know what you don't want to achieve. You don't know where you don't want to go back to, and use that as inspiration to do even better. Okay? Now, let's talk about knowledge as a game changer. It is said that knowledge is the food for man, because without knowledge, man cannot grow his food. What does this mean? It means that knowledge equips us with the tools, the techniques, the information that is necessary to help us to achieve our goals, to help us to execute on our goals, to execute on the strategies we are designing that will help us to move towards the achievement of our goals. So I think knowledge is one of the most important things that we can embrace as a true game changer for our lives. If you don't know something, and you don't know that you don't know something, it becomes difficult for you to even find the help, to even get the inspiration to do what you need to do. But when you come across information, through reading, through learning, through watching the Wall of Inspiration like you're doing right now, that gives you the opportunity to interact with the information, disrupt what's going on in your mind, and allow yourself to now change gears as you move towards your goals and your dreams, because now you realize that you know better and you can do better. And you know, one thing that education does is it makes us aware of the world around us. It makes us aware of the things we may not have experienced now, but that are possible because they are written about by somebody who may have experienced them or who may have seen them in certain places, which then gives you a reassurance that if somebody else can do it, you also can do it. That knowledge, that exposure to information, that exposure to content that can improve you from wherever you are is very critical, because then when you embrace it and use it positively, it can become the real game changer for your life.
Absolutely, Wellington. And I think, a lot of people need to hear the fact that you can learn things as you go along in your life. You don't have to be a specific age. You can learn as you go, and that's the best way. Where you are, start from where you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter your background of education. If you are eager to learn things, you will learn them if you read through things. If you watch the content, like you said, Wellington, that we're putting out there, use these different tools and allow yourself to grow.
Absolutely. And when we talk about knowledge, we should also talk about awareness. Because as you learn more, you become aware of what is possible. You become aware of how the world is out there. That is why I am a fan of traveling, and I encourage people to travel. When you go to different places, different countries, different environments where you've never been before, your eyes are opened to new possibilities. Your mind is stretched to see that the world has got a different way of doing things from what you're used to. And maybe you can embrace a better way of doing things, because that exposure, that awareness is now empowering you and inspiring you to do things differently. Now let's talk about my favorite one, which is failure. You see, failure can be one of the greatest game changers for your life. Because with failure comes pain, with failure comes regret, with failure comes all these negative feelings that make you really struggle as a person. It takes you to what I would want to call the dark place. And when you are in the dark place, you get to contemplate your life. You contemplate your decisions. You contemplate what you did, what you could have done, and what you will do in the future. Failure, my friends, is your friend. Whenever you experience failure, take that as a learning point. Whatever you're learning through failure is food for your future, is information, knowledge, experience, and wisdom for the future. Use that failure as a key learning tool and a true game changer for your life. And one thing I like about failure is that once you've experienced failure, when you come back from failure, when you bounce back, you work harder. Those who failed exams before understand what I'm talking about. You work really hard. When you've lost money in business, in investments, you understand better. And when you come back more strategic. You come back stronger. When you struggle because of failing to take opportunities that came your way, when you bounce back from that, you become bolder, you become wiser, more courageous, because now you know that if you don't do what you need to do, failure is coming to knock on your door, and you better be ready. So you do things differently, and that's failure transforming your life and becoming the game changer for your life.
Wow, absolutely fantastic, Wellington. Failure is, I think it's really key for us to be able to wake up and see things differently. It changes things for it. It allows us to grow as well.
Absolutely it does. And you know what failure does? It also humbles us. You know, sometimes when you keep doing things well and you keep, getting good results, you might take life for granted. You might take the opportunities you have for granted. Failure kind of humbles us, brings us back in touch with reality, puts our feet back on the ground, and makes us recognize that we are human beings and we have to go through certain things in our lives. That's failure. It gives us that inspiration. But failure also allows us to embrace simplicity. You recognize that, look, there's no need for me to complicate my life because I've failed, I've gone through the bad stuff. There's no need for me to think that I'm better than anybody else. When you go through the situations, then you know how to treat other people differently, how to treat other people better, all because failure is really inspiring you and changing the game for you.
Absolutely, this is some great stuff. Today, this episode for me, it's taking things to a whole new level. I think that perspective that we all need as individuals, now and again, we need that motivational stuff and the perspective to see things the way you should be seeing things.
I believe that 100%, and that is why I always say that whoever you are, wherever you may be, while we are talking about the game changers, that may be things, circumstances, opportunities, and challenges you come across in your life, you as an individual, you can be the game changer for your life and for the lives of other people. Consider that carefully. If you're in a family and you're leading a household, you've got a unique opportunity to be a game changer for your family. If you are driving a bus every day, you've got a unique opportunity to be a game changer because it is your responsibility to bring people from one place to another safely, and you do that every day with conviction, using all your creative energies to deliver value to other people. You can be the game changer. If you're a teacher in school, busy shaping the lives of our young people, giving them the inspiration to rise from wherever they are to even greater things, you have a unique opportunity to be a game changer. Embrace that. If you're a mother and you're raising children, boys and girls in your house, this is a unique opportunity you have to become the game changer for their lives, to help them see things differently, to help them realize that life can be better no matter what the circumstances are. And when they go through challenges, it is you who shows them how to deal with them. You, my friend, are the game changer for them. Fathers, the same thing. We have this responsibility to really inspire the children, to inspire our families to look to even greater achievements because of what we have done. So we have a unique opportunity to also become the game changers for our lives.
Indeed, Wellington, indeed, indeed. I like this episode, and I think the reason why I like it is because it puts the power into our own hands, the power to embrace change, the power that is within you to say, this is a situation and you can change it.
Absolutely, and I believe that as we go through life, things will happen around us. Life will slap us back and forth because life is life. The good things will happen, the bad things will happen, the dark and ugly things will happen. But we have a unique responsibility because we have a responsibility to change the game for ourselves. We can become the game changers by navigating through the challenges, navigating through the meandering nature that life brings in our circumstances. We can transform our situations and become better for ourselves and for those people that we love. We can be the game changers of our lives. So, my friends, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, while you see opportunities for you to change your game, recognize that you also can be a game changer.
Fantastic message from you, Wellington, this week on the Well of Inspiration. Loving this. And for those who are watching, if you have any questions for Wellington, please do reach out to him, get in touch with him, let him know what your questions may be. Please don't forget to put them in the comments below and just get in touch with us. Don't forget to get in touch with him as well if you need to personally on the Well of Inspiration. He has a website, www.thewellofinspiration.com. And you can also find him on Facebook and on Instagram. And don't forget to follow us and hit that subscribe button right here on our YouTube channel. Wellington, it's been a pleasure. And until next week, thank you so much for taking the time once again.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here, and I wish you the very best in the week ahead.
And to you too, Wellington. See you next time.